Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Thanks for supporting Studio EilArch. Today we have a fantastic program for you. We're going to talk about the 5 surprising ways that design can affect wellness. Let's first talk about wellness. This is a term that we use a lot to talk about, that we use here in the office, that describes our architecture. What does it mean? Well, wellness. The medical definition of wellness is the combined state of your social, emotional, and physical well-being. So what does that mean? Wellness is more than just health. It's more than your physical and or mental health, but it is related to that. Socialization, hanging out with friends that you haven't seen in a while, how good that feels, well, that is wellness. It also is physical and emotional well-being. And today we're going to talk about how the 5 things that good design can do that affects wellness. So let's get started. And here's a quick rundown of what those 5 are, and then I will spend a little more time talking about the first 2. But the first is the quality of air that we breathe. The second being active design. Third, natural light. Fourth, connection with the outdoors. And then the last one is known as emotional design. That's color and texture and contrast that plays into to our emotions. But let's start with the air that we breathe. So, the air that we breathe. Most of us live in houses, and some of us in apartments, but whatever. And these are enclosures that more or less trap air. When we open the windows, fresh air does come in. And that's an important idea in terms of improving air quality. Windows are placed in buildings usually to allow for cross ventilation and also access to that outdoor air, which is going to be much purer than what you have inside your house most of the time. So this idea of having windows on opposing walls to allow for cross ventilation is a great way to improve the quality of air that you breathe. Otherwise, what we've got is, most of us have forced air heating systems and or cooling systems. So, and with that air being recycled through your house, filtration becomes an important part of cleaning that air. Many of us have standard filters, but one consideration to improve air quality is to increase the quality to a MERV or even a HEPA filter. That usually requires installing a new filter rack. These filters are anywhere from 3 to 5 inches thick, and requires some effort. But that's the sort of thing that can go into a new project, a new house, or even a renovation of an existing house. Second, let's talk about active design. So that's a term that I wasn't necessarily familiar with, even though we were doing it. Active design simply means to activate a physical lifestyle as part of the design of a house. An easy way to do that is to design a staircase to access multiple levels in a house. That's a good example of active design, of creating movement through the house that can improve your health. Other ways of creating active design is with the room layout, and especially if you're dealing with longer spaces, like when homes are designed, there's usually a public side, for instance, living, dining, kitchen, and a more private side where the bedrooms and bathroom would be. Separating those or providing some distance creates active design, as well as moving from like one area in the living room back to the kitchen and back and forth. So active design, as well as the whole notion of entry sequence. We're going to be talking more about that in the future, but entry sequence. Traditionally, architects would put their front door on the front facade so you see where you're going. But more contemporary architects tend to conceal the entrance. So there is this, this level of discovery that happens in going into the house. And that's an example of active design. Moving through a courtyard, moving through a garden to discover the door, is active design. So that's as far as I'd like to take it for this segment. But please tune in to the next segment, in which we'll be talking about windows and also connecting with the outdoors. And once again, thank you for following our channel and supporting our efforts.